The Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights issued a report on human rights violations due to Russian aggression, which describes horrible harms to civilians through the use of aerial bombs, missiles, and killer drones, Russian attacks on Ukrainian energy infrastructure, torture, and execution of wounded Ukrainians and prisoners of war by the military of the aggressor state, arbitrary detention, torture, rape, and execution of civilians in areas of Ukraine occupied by Russian troops. Dishonest pseudo-trials, militaristic and hateful indoctrination of children against Ukraine, open robbery by the occupiers. On the cover of this report is a photo of a residential building in Zaporizhia destroyed by Russians. The report also testified to systemic violations of human rights in Ukraine provoked by Russian aggression. Individual cases of ill treatment of Russian prisoners of war, imprisonment of civilians for collaboration with Russian occupation authorities despite they were under coercion, persecution of entire religious communities due to exaggerated and not always confirmed sins of individuals. The report highlights violations of the human right to conscientious objection to military service, imprisonment, inhumane treatment and torture of conscientious objectors. The truth of this report is denied with theatrical anger, both in Moscow and in Kiev. In Moscow, because of the state-sponsored Satanism, where the sinful is declared to be righteous on a daily basis. Imperial brutality falsely presented as pacifism, aggression as defense, and in Kiev here because of pride, since Ukraine can really be proud of the government's respect for international law, but one should not fall into hubris and consider oneself sinless, because pride drowns out the voice of conscience.